Hey guys, welcome back to another episode from Scrapyard Rescue on the 57 GMC project we're working on. This is going to be part 3. So what we got going today is I got a bunch of new goodies finally started showing up. The parts I've got ordered. So I'll give you a look at what we got coming in, and then what we're going to do is get under the hood here. And I'll get the camera over there so you can see under there. And we're going to start stripping out the stuff that we're going to fix, replace, get things cleaned up, and start working on that. And then I might go ahead and try to get this jacked up a little higher and get some jack stands underneath this axle so I can work on the brakes and stuff here, because I want to get this brakes done too. But here's some of the stuff we got. Obviously, we got new valve cover gaskets. I've got the valve covers back at my house. I stripped them all down the other day to bare metal, cleaned them all out real good, and I got a nice coat of primer paint on them. I picked up some paint yesterday when I was in town. I'm going to go ahead and get them painted up real nice and before they're ready to get put back on, and they'll dress the engine up pretty nice. But we also got a new dipstick. There's no dipstick in this engine, so I got a dipstick to put in. This is pretty cool. Sure, I can't get it out of the box. Okay, this I really like. This is a laminated, complete wiring diagram in color, perfectly labeled. Yeah, it's upside down. For this specific model truck right here. So it shows me everything. It shows the correct wire colors, the whole works. This is going to be really nice when I rewire this. I've got a new wire harness coming. It's supposed to be in today. So we're putting a new wire harness in it, because I'll show you when we get under there. There's just nothing but just, rat's nests, and, they've been chewing this thing up for a long time, but I was really impressed with this. This wire diagram is pretty cool. We got a brand new set of plug wires. The mice have done their business on the plug wires in here. So we got new plug wires. We got a brand new fuel pump that we're putting in. The fuel pump in here, it's a diaphragm one, and the diaphragm's probably gone. It won't pump fuel at all. So we're going to put a new fuel pump in it. You can buy an original mechanical fuel pump for this if you want to spend the money. I looked them up. I found one place that carried them, and they're $420 some bucks for a fuel pump. I think that's a bit ridiculous, but if you want stuff, original and all that kind of stuff, I guess you're going to pay the money. I guess that's all I got with me today. I thought I had... Oh, I got some spark plug looms for here that'll go onto the valve covers. Some nice little chrome things with the things for the wires, so I can separate the wires real nice, so they're not just laying all over on the motor. That'll be pretty nice. I didn't bring them with, I guess, but that's the goodies we got. Like I said, we're going to start cleaning up the underneath here right now. So I'm going to move the camera over here. I'll show you what we got, and then we'll get busy on that. And then when I get it all cleaned up, and I'm going to strip the wiring harness out and that kind of cool stuff. And then I'll get your lookers back in there and see how we got it and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright guys, here's what we got underneath the hood. If we can get a good picture down in there. This is what we're going to be dealing with today. We got a lot of stuff here. Go ahead and get this stuff out. That the air cleaner thing, I'll bring that home and repaint it. Fan belt. You know, fan. That out of here. Fan pulley. We'll get that cleaned out. I'm gonna go ahead and get that fuel pump off down there. Gonna go ahead and start that coil right there that white wire's on. That's a good coil. So I'm gonna step one on the engine is no good. So I'm gonna put that coil back in there when I'm done. I'm gonna pull all the spark plug wires off, get rid of them. I'm gonna start taking all this. You can see this stuff here. All this stuff's gonna get taken off. That wiring harness back there is all gonna come off, and we're gonna get all this cleaned up here, and then we'll get inside and we'll do some work on the inside, cleaning up stuff in there. I'll replace that. There's a ballast resistor, and that up there is gonna need to get replaced. I'll probably put a new voltage regulator on it. Hopefully the generator still works. I won't know until I get it running again and I can put a tester on it, but we're gonna scrape all this stuff off and clean it up the best we can. I've got some stuff like over here. There's a head bolt missing over there, but I'll take one of these out before I leave today, and we'll take it to make sure I get one matched up. I'm gonna get underneath there and get that oil filter canister off. I got a new oil filter coming, so we'll work on that. I gotta find where that dipstick goes. It's supposed to go right down here somewhere, but I haven't found it yet. So I'm gonna gotta get all this mess out of here and get in there so I can try to find that thing. So we're gonna start on that, and when we get it all cleaned up, I'll get you back in here and take a look at what we got done. Okay, I just wanted to show you this here. This is the reason we're putting a new radiator in here. You can see that. I took the top of the thermostat off. You can see all the mouse stuff in there. That whole hose was filled with stuff that I just took off. The radiator is filled just like that. I don't know. I don't know if they could clean that if I took it in. We're not going to worry about it. I talked to the owner. He wants to go with a new aluminum radiator, so we're putting one of those in. They really work good, and they look really cool too. So I just wanted to show you that there before we clean that out. Okay, guys. Hey, we're back from cleaning everything up and stripping stuff out. You can see here in the engine compartment what I did. I got all the wiring and stuff pulled out of most of it. All the shit cleaned out of it. This harness over there, I got to get it out of the inside of the dash. We'll clean that out. But when I was cleaning up the engine, I noticed some stuff on the intake that it looked to me like it was leaking. So I decided to pull it off, and sure enough, some of the bolts weren't even torqued or nothing. They were just loose in there. So I pulled off the intake. I pulled that belly pan out. It looks pretty good in here. This, it's going to be okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get I've got the oil drain plug out and a pan under there from when I drain the oil. I'm going to get some solvent when I come back out with the gaskets and stuff on here. And I'm going to, I'll flush that down through and flush everything out, and we'll clean it all up first before we put it back together. But there's the manifold and that belly pan. I'm going to take those into town with me tomorrow when I pick up parts. I'm going to have them sandblasted. Then I'm going to repaint them to match the valve covers. That'll look pretty sharp. Here's all the other stuff we yanked out of it. Just a mess of stuff here. Now, I ran out of air in my compressor, and of course there's no power out here, so I got to take it home and fill it back up. But this is what we got here under the engine compartment. We're going to leave this for now. We're going to hop inside and start working on the inside. So we'll get you in that here in a minute. Okay guys, we're getting started to clean up the inside here some. You can see it's kind of a mess. It's just mostly dirt, but you're not going to believe what you noticed up here there's no dash in it. Well, we had thought that someone had stole the dash and the gauges and stuff out of this truck a long time ago and stuff, but I was just digging crap out from under the seat, and you're not going to believe what I found. I found the dash. It was laying in here all the time. I mean, it's filthy dirty, but we can clean that up. It looks like the only thing missing, this is the water temperature gauge. This is where the tack would have went, but there's no tack in it, and it's blanked off, so it didn't come with a tack. It's got the speedometer, and it's got the oil pressure gauge. This would have been the amp meter. I believe the amp meter. And what else would have been in here? We got oil pressure, amp, speedometer, tachometer, water temperature, and there should be something else here. Not sure what that would have been. I forgot. Turn signals. But it's here. That's like, I've been looking on eBay for these things just to see what it was going to cost to have to replace it. And I found a used one, a crappy one. Didn't know if the stuff worked, but the guy wanted $200 for it. For this is what he was selling for $200. You can get the dash plates for about $150 new. I don't even know where you could get the gauges. I'm sure I can find some, but now that I only need basically one gauge, that's going to be really something. That's a score of a lifetime there, finding those things laying down underneath here. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clean as much of this stuff out of here as I can today. There's a couple old cans of oil that leaked over the years, so the floor over there is all full of oil. This I'll leave this seat cover on for a while before I take that off. We'll put a new one on eventually. And I should have brought my puller out. I could have pulled this steering wheel off. I'm going to pull it off, and I'm going to fix these cracks in these things. You can fix these with JB Weld and fill them in. It takes a little time because you got to do it 3 or 4 times to get it all in there, and then you just sand them down and paint it. That's just a white steering wheel. Heck, that'll look just like new when I'm done with it. It needs a headliner, but those are cheap. We'll put a new headliner in. Get some stuff in here, new visors. Doesn't look like it came with a passenger visor. Probably didn't. But I just wanted to show you that stuff before. This is the before picture. We're going to go ahead and start cleaning this up right now. All right, guys. Hey, we got the interior cleaned up pretty good. If you could see, you could see the floors there. I scraped them all out. Got all the crud out of them. There's not a rust hole in this floor. A little bit over there on the surface rust. That'll clean up really good with the wire wheel. And I'll pop this seat out. I'll wire wheel this floor. Look at these rockers, or these floorboards. Look at that. No rust. Well, there's surface rust, but I don't count that as rust. Nothing. A little bit of rust. The only place there's any rust is right there. You see that? I don't know if you can see that. But right on that corner there's some rust. But there's a patch panel they make for that. The curiosity got the best of me, and I ripped the seat cover off. This is the only spot right here in the original seat. I'll have to see what the owner wants me to do. If I could clean this up, I think, and maybe sew that. I don't know. It's the threads going. We might just get a new seat cover put on it. It'll look good. And then on the gas tank, seeing as how this thing has sat out here for years with no cap on it, I'm worried about putting fuel in here. But this looks like a really simple tank to take out. So I'm going to pull the tank out. Make sure it's clean inside. The fuel sending unit's probably shot anyway. And clean the tank up. That way I can get back in here and get the floor cleaned up too. so it won't be a big deal. But we're gonna do that. Let's see. Well, I found a whole set of lug nuts. That's kind of cool because I was gonna need them. So they were laying tucked down in here. I found, like I said, I found all this stuff for the dash. I just found this bezel. One of them was missing a bezel, but there it is. So I have the complete dash. So that's pretty much for the inside. I think what I'm going to do right now before I quit for the day is clean out that back. And I'm kind of curious to see what the floorboards, there's a piece of tin over it, so I'm thinking the floorboards are probably pretty rusted out, or rotted out. They should be wood, so I'm going to take a look at that before I quit for the day. So when I get that crap taken out, I'll show you the floor. Alright guys, we're going to go ahead and end this video here for the day. We got enough stuff done. I got a lot of stuff to clean up around here now, so we're gonna just clean it up, put all my stuff away. I cleaned out the back, but I can't get down to the floor because there's a bunch of ice and crap in there, so I'll have to wait till that thaws out and I can scrape it out of there. But I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, just end this video here. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, thumbs up. Any comments you might have, go ahead and leave them. I'll be sure to answer them. And we will see you on the next video, be part 4. And thanks for watching.